What's up, everybody? How you fellas and fellas doing? Yeah, I'm out here fighting with this little lady. Una más, una más, una más. That's my new used ECM, and I'm still working on the tune. So now this part is the DTCs. This is what throws off a check engine light. So the stuff you don't want to show, like this ECM came off a four-wheel drive. So the four-wheel drive sensors, the transfer case sensor, stuff like that was showing. Now I had to turn that off. Now I did not turn off anything that I wasn't supposed to, like the rear O2 sensors and stuff. I would never do that unless I'm in Mexico. So we're gonna scoot on by that real fast. All right, now just going through and everything, checking each one, what it's connected to. So intake air temperature sensor 1, circuit low is connected or checked. Circuit high is checked, see? Engine coolant temperature, check. You may have to zoom in to see some of this. I don't know if I can zoom in, if you'll actually be able to see it, maybe. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry guys, let me see if I can do this. My tripod's broke. I gotta buy a new one, so I'm sorry you guys are a little bit sideways. I went to try to extend it the other day anyway. So I'm trying to, I know it's a little crooked, I apologize. But it's broke. It's broke. It broke. But now, what I done did is turned off what I didn't need. Like some of this stuff here yonder. There we go. See, I didn't turn that off. I didn't turn that off. I wouldn't do that. That's for emissions. You're not supposed to do that. It's highlighted because when I go to download it, it'll put it back. I promise it will. But, okay, here we go. Fuel pump primary circuit. Don't need that because I do not have the vehicle it came in. Now I do want random misfires detected. Crank positioning sensor variation. I do need that, so I left it in there. Knock sensors. I'm running knock sensors so I can hear when my engine's going. So, okay. Ignition coil primary circuit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. All right, here we go. All right. Huh. Why would it not show camshaft position sensor, but it shows crank? Well, the thing is the funny thing is the actual wiring runs through the camshaft sensor to the crank. That's how I found out that I had a little short going right here. So I need to order the new thingamabobber here, plug into here, the little jumper that goes here, because I had a short between here and the two plugs that were here. So I cut them off, bypassed them, and then I started getting well, Jonathan and I started getting the camshaft and the crank RPMs to his $1 million Snap-on Magic Box that he brought with him. We started getting some RPMage. So I need to order another one of those since it was messed up like everything else. But anyways, all right, next up, some more DTCage. If I can, come on, there we go. All right, there we go. Catalyst efficiency below, yeah, that'll come back on when I download it. I promise it will. EVAF emission sit. Whoop, yeah, that one's good. It's all good. All right, here we go. Internal control module memory check summary error. Well, since I don't have body control modules, that doesn't matter. Now do it. Sure don't. Okay, fuel pump A, we don't need. Sensor reference voltage A circuit open. I don't know what that is, so I'm leaving it alone. Internal control module ERPROM error. Let's turn that off. I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure I don't need it. Okay, sensor reference voltage B circuit open. I'll leave that for now. I may have to come back later and disable that, which is fine. All right, ECM, PCM power relay control circuit. Yeah, that needs to go off since that's not there anymore. Relay sensor cert. Yep, let's turn that off. Don't need that no more. Since we don't have a primary relay circuit in the vehicle. Mass airflow sensor of self-test range. All good. HO2s, insufficient switching, bank 1, sensor 1. See, it's all highlighted. Isn't it nice? Fuel trim, cylinder imbalance, B1, B2. I shall leave that alone because I'm not sure what that is. So I find out different, I'm leaving it alone. There we go. Differential, pressure feedback. See, we don't need that because that's for the differential. Yeah, that's for the front, rear end. Yeah, that's what it's for. All right. So, driver 5, line 2. I have no freaking clue what that is. So, I'm going to leave it for now. If you're not sure, leave it the hell alone. Throttle actuator control motor. That's all for the throttle body. This is all for the throttle body. I know that because it says throttle pedal position and actuator control and all that. So this is for the pedal and all this other stuff. Whoops, sorry, I forgot this is a touchscreen, so I just moved it all over to Jesus. Electrical control system model. Yep, need that. There we go. Goes there. Torque management request. I'm going to leave that because that's from the transmission. ECM, PCM, internal engine off timer. I'm not sure what that is. See, full wheel drive, low sensor circuit. That had to go because I don't know what it is. All right, cylinder deactivation, sensor bank 1 or system bank 1 had to go. Deactivation intake valve control circuit had to go. That is for the DOD, displacement on demand, which I forgot to turn off on the other ECM when I was doing a starty uppy tuning. And then you have cylinder 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, since the DOD has been turned off, those will throw a code quick because it's not there, it's not acting correctly, it's acting a fool. So, all right, lost communication with transfer case. Well, since mine's not a full wheel drive, don't need it. Lost communication with TCM. I might need to leave that on there since I'm going to be running a 6L80. Lost communication with ECM, PCM A. I can always turn that back on. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to research that. All right. Lost communication with transfer case. Don't need it. Lost communication with cruise control module. Wasn't on. Lost communication with fuel pump control module. Well, mine don't have one anymore, so I don't need it. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, that's it. Yep. See? All right. Yeah, speed sensors and all this stuff that will work off my Ford sensor for the ABS, so I don't need it on the GM computer. Fuel lever switch open. Definitely don't need that. And see, there's wheel speed sensors and this and that. Excessive wheel speed variations. That works for the ABS that I do not have. Off of this computer, that is. I do have it in the Crown Vic. Okay, crankshaft position, camshaft position correlation, bank 1 sensor A. I will leave that alone because it shows. We do have a crankshaft positioning sensor. So, all right, these are done. Now, there we go. All right, under operating system, which, wait a minute, let me get you guys up there a little bit. There it is. Now remember, this is for Gen 4. Not for Gen 3 or 5. I don't know how the 5 works. I've never touched one and I've never touched the 3. But for the Gen 4, under HP Tuners, you go to OS, which is operating system. Speed density 2 bar. How about that? Apply code modification. I'm not messing with it because I don't know what that is. All right. Speed density error mode. Now I could turn that on, but I'm not going to. All right. TCS patch. Don't know what that is, so I'm not touching it right this second. Now, BATS, patch 1, I disabled it. BATS patch 2, disabled. That's a security system. Now, I watched one guy that changed their starter fault check. He disabled it. because I'm gonna be running the starter off of the Ford ignition switch and computer. Since it's already wired in, why wouldn't I? So that's already in there. Starter fault checks, because you know on these newer GM computer, you know the ECMs, you hit the key and let go and it keeps going until it cranks. Well, that will throw a code if it doesn't function correctly. So that's gone. Now, and Jones. Now, I was told to add 200 here, so I did. I'm not going to go through all this. You guys can watch the startup. We added 200 here. That way it would idle correctly. I'm not going to go through everything. If you guys want, you can go to Matt Sadford. He has a video that's a year old for the Gen 4 with a cam startup tune. It will crank, it will run, and get you to a tuner so they can finalize it. That's what I need, just so I can start that thing up behind you over here. Well, kind of behind me, but if you're watching this, it's over here. So, airflow, we went through all that and did what we had to do. If you watch that video, it'll actually show you how to do all this. Sparky, we didn't touch. Torque model, torque management. Okay, RPMs, airflow. Then go to airflow, you got general. Then you got dynamic. RPM disabled 4,000. I don't know what any of that stuff is. It's all coefficient of this and that and yada yada yada. I don't really think about that stuff, so I'm not touching it. Speed density, I'm not touching. Now, from what I heard from, what I did hear from Matt Safford, if you turn the key on, give it a sec, turn it on, turn it back on, it will disable your mass airflow and turn it into a speed density. It's a fault. It kicks it out so you can run. So it will run if you have a bad mass airflow sensor. So just remember, turn the key on, turn it off, turn it back on. It kicks the mass airflow out so you can run off speed density. Never done it, so I'm not sure, but I did watch the video. If you go watch his videos, it'll actually explain that. Matt Sadford, he actually does tuning for Cletus and cars and stuff. Cletus McFarland, that's right. All right, I'm trying to get this done because I need to hurry up and buy them credits so I know how much is left on my card. So my wife wants to buy some stuff for her Monopoly game. I need to make sure there ain't no tax tag and title on that credits. I don't think there is. But when you're working on engines, guess what? When you're working on cars and stuff, you get really tight when there's just about time to get paid again because you've been buying parts and this and that. And by the time you get paid, you're like, oh God, thank you, I got paid. I can breathe again. So, anywho. All right, let's see. Electronic throttle. We did not mess with that. Opening rate. Ooh, looky. Look at that, 100%. All right. Urban throttle. Brake override. Don't know what that is. Look, variable camshaft. Camshafts, none. See? No VVT. This engine had displacement on demand, but it did not have variable valve timing. Now to find variable valve timing, you go into engine, airflow, variable camshafts. Then you can click camshafts. If you had it, click. It would say 1, 2, 4. There is none. Idle enable, disabled, disabled. See, I do not have variable valve timing, VVT, on this computer, which is good because my engine doesn't. It only had displacement on demand, so I ain't got to worry about turning that off. So, supercharger, look at that. I wonder what would happen if I put fitted. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going to do that. Just playing. All right. Engine diagnostics was the DTCs. We're not doing that. Trans. I done switched it over. Clutch interlock, I disabled. I did switch it over to manual from auto because this computer came out of a truck with a T42 transmission control module, which is for the 4L60, 65, 70, 75, and 4L80. I'm going to be running a 6L80. I just need this to work like this so I can start this thing And then once I get my 6L80, we can move a, they call it a patch over from, come on. We can move it over and get rid of the T42 and add the T43 for the 6L80. We just have to go into the tunes repository and move it over. I have to research that. Haven't done it yet, so I'm still learning. Feel me? Feel me? But we'll figure it out. We'll learn it. We'll do it. Right there. All right. Anyway, I'm just playing. But yeah, so that's why I switched it over to manual, so I wouldn't have to worry about anything with the while I'm messing with the tune. While with manual, I disabled the clutch interlock, which, you know, I don't want to deal with it. Okay, train diagnostic. There is none because I disabled it. Frill system. General pump type fixed. We can go variable, but I'm not going to. Not messing with it. Fuel pressure, not messing with it because I disabled it under the DTCs, so it doesn't matter. Frill pump, doesn't matter. None of this matters because I disabled all the DTCs. Does not matter. Sensor diagnostic, disabled. So, all right, system. All right, general. This is for the alternator. All right, this is the other one you do, the starter relay. Just like when you went in the operating system and the starter, you disabled it. The starter diagnostic, you disable it. It doesn't matter, but from the guy I was watching, it says, you know, keep both of them the same. That way it's, you know, everything's the same. You gotta worry about this being different and that being different, not sure what's going on. It's better to keep everything exact. So that's why we did that. So we went ahead and disabled this. Since my Ford starter relay is going to be starting the starter, I don't need the GM to do that. Now on here, number of fans fitted, 2. Well, I'm only going to have 1 because I'm running the fan off of the police interceptor fan, because if they cooled that damn 4.6 sitting there idling at 105-degree weather in Florida, it should work good enough for this. So I'm not messing with any of this stuff because I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. I'm not messing with it. Remember, I'm brand new at this. Vehicle speed adjust. Low is 50, high is 65, max is 160. Ooh! Look at that. Now I would like to go in there and figure out how to turn up my top end. I do not care to go over 120, but it'd be nice to tell everybody, yeah, my car does 180, even though I've never done it, but it sounds good. Because that I am not going to be doing. All right, speedo. All right, speedo type. VSS Sport is 40,000. I'm going to have to change that when I hook it up so it'll actually read correctly. Vehicle speed output, pulse. See, wheel speed output enable. Limiter. Here we go. Click. All right, source DLAM. Conditions name RPM 1500 RPM. Speed limiter 98 mile an hour. Are you out of your freaking mind? Speed limiter 98 mile an hour. This is not a truck. This is not gonna fly. We will fix this. I will never do it, but I'm gonna change it. We gonna go 150. No, not 1500, you freaking moron. 150. There we go. 150. 217. Let's see, speed limiter, ETC fail 22. Speed limiter minimum 82. Okay. So here. Alright, limit 217. That's fine. Works for me. Now we will switch this over to 150. I'm never going to go this fast, so if you do this and you max it out and you do some stupid stuff, don't blame me. I will never go this fast. I'm doing this for wheel speed. I'm doing a burnout. I want it to rev on up. I do not want the ignition kicking at 150 mile an hour wheel speed. Well, I mean, I want to stop at 150, but all the way up to 150 mile an hour wheel speed, I can burn the tires off. That's what I'm looking for. I do not ever want to drive that fast. I'm not doing it. Have no need to do it. Like I told everybody, I'm building this car so it's faster than it was with the 4.62 valve, and I could beat the brakes off of it and blow the tires off at will. I do not want to go that fast. I've been to 130. That's good enough. I don't need to go no faster than that, so I'm not trying to get nowhere that fast or beat anybody. I don't care. I just want to blow the tires off at will. Leave the light and lay an unbelievable 100-foot line of smoke, piss off everybody at the red light. That's what I'm looking for. So that's all I'm going to do. If you set that any higher than that and you go faster than that, don't blame me. All right? I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Speed limiter 2, speed at which engine fuel delivery is disabled. It's funny because it says down here 0 to 318 mile an hour. I doubt it ever goes that fast. I don't have a freaking jetpack on the back of it. All right. Now, this is what we're fixing to do. I believe I went through everything I need to. I'm going to hook her up. I'm going to turn the ignition on over there. And we're going to write it to the computer. After I save it, I need to save it, okay? We need to save it under Tune 2. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. Come on. Save As. Here we go. See, I had number one last night. So what I'm going to do is change it to 2. Number 2. That way, if anything happens, I can pull up the save 2008 ECM, which is the original read. You always save the original read. In case you mess anything up, you can always go back to this one. I know it's kind of blurry on here. I hope you guys can see that, because it's always fuzzy when you're looking at a computer. You can save the original tune, so if anything happens, you can go back to that and start over. You can re-download it to the computer and just start all over. That's what I did last night. Now, I wasn't able to finish it. Now, this is the finished product. I disabled the VVT, the VATs, done all that stuff. You watched me do a few other things. I didn't show everything. I did a video last night. I may incorporate into this. I may not. All right, let's go to save. Right here, see it, save. Click! There we go. Now guess what we fixing to do? We fixing it to power up real fast. We fixing to hook that power up real fast. I gotta clean this mess up. I'm so busy doing stuff and running around and everything. I just haven't. By the time I work 12, 14-hour days, come home, spend an hour or two out here, I don't stop to clean anything, and I should be ashamed of myself. It's literally making my skin crawl. It really is. I cannot handle stuff being like this, but I'm also trying to accept the fact that I'm working a lot. Cranking overtime and everything else. All right. So, let's get this starter hooked, or the power hooked up. Make sure the ignition is not hooked up. Here we go. All right, let's get this puppy hooked up. All right. Let's get some juice on here. By the way, parked up the garage. Jonathan stopped by here. He bought this battery on the way to help me. I didn't have a battery for this. He showed up with a brand new battery and dropped it for me. He knew that I gave my battery out of my car to my grandson because he needed help. And I didn't have $200 to buy a battery at the moment. He showed up with the battery and left it here. He's like, here, you can have it. A ferry came on by and dropped it off. He just went running by and dropped the battery. I don't know why he did that. Jonathan parked up garage. He's a great guy, man. He really is. He tries to help people when he can. But like a lot of us, when you try to be good to people, people try to use them. Hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that? You know, thank you don't fill my pockets. But Jonathan's a great guy. If you go watch that parked up garage, he's funny. Man, he's funny. Jesus, some of his analogies and some of the other stuff he does. Wow, he is a good guy. He really is. He wouldn't even let me get gas money. He drove almost 4 hours down here to help us the other day. Wouldn't even accept gas money. That's the type of guy he is. He's a real good guy. Please go watch his channel if you haven't. Subscribe, like. He's a cool guy. Help him out. He tries to help everybody else he can. He's been helping Never Done projects and everything. He tries to help where he can. Go subscribe to him. And while you're at it, go check out 84_Cuddy. He's doing some good stuff. Go check out Unc Cuddy while you're there. Tell Unc Q sent you, Grampito. Tell Unc I gotta buy him a adult beverage one of these days. I got your nice house, Unc. I got your nice house, Unc. Alright, let's do this. Let's hook up, I'm sorry guys, there's so many people I want to shout out, but I need to make a list so I don't forget anybody, because I feel bad when I do that and I forget people. Alright. I feel bad when I give shout outs and I forget different people and stuff, so alright. Let's make sure we got good contact right here. Y'all tell me if that throttle body moves. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Did it move? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All right. We got juice on the... Okay. Got to ground this. This is the neutral safety switch. Got to ground that out or the car's going to think it's in drive and not want to go anywhere. So I got to figure out how to ground this somewhere it'll actually actuate. Put it somewhere that's going to lock it down pretty well. I don't have a... Wait a minute. I think I have an eyelet right... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right here. Yep, there we go. There we go. All right. I have me one of these goopy, broke up OE eyelets with some wires on it. So I just go ahead and butt connect it on right here real quick, that thin wire right there. And then bolt it down right there. And we'll have the ground going. Let me back you guys up a little bit so I stop making you motion sick with all this moving around. All right, here we go. All right, let's butt connect this together. Oh, here they are. Get a nice ground going. If you're telling the car it's in drive, it will not start. For no reason. It don't care. All right. Nope. I'm trying to hurry up, so I need to go in the house and make cornbread real quick. I made another pot of beans tonight, since that's the only thing I seem to be able to eat lately. Big old pot of Great Northern beans and some cornbread with ham hocks. I can actually swallow it, so made a big old pot. So Grandma Vic keeping an eye on it for me while I'm out here. I'm trying to do this real quick because I need to run inside and make the cornbread real quick. Where'd we go? Where'd it go? Gotta hurry up, man. Gotta go. Here we go. Here we go. Got the old L crimpers. Let's crimp this dirty thing right here real quick. I'm just gonna squish it. It's a ground, so it don't matter. Give it a little tug. Yep, nice and tight. All right. Now, let's give this a little bit of length. I'm going to fold it over. There, let's make it nice and long. Make it nice and tight. I'm going to fold it over a few times. Make it good enough for this big old fat barrel right here. Because I'll burn up all the small ones, so ain't much I can do about that. Got a whole lot of the big ones. All right, let's stuff it in there like so. Get it down there nice and tight. There we go. Get it down in there nice and snug. Come on. I always got one strand that wants to be stupid. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here, come on, man. It's always that one strand. Alright, here we go. Alright, she's in there. We're going to give her a little snuggle real quick. Let's give her a little snuggle. Alright. Look. Give it a little yanky. A little tuggy wuggy. Alright. Now we're going to ground it right here real fast. That way it's on the head. Oh, you guys can see this. Oh, you can't, kinda. Right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do this fast. I'm trying to get back in the house and make the cornbread. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in a while. When I say a while, I mean a couple of weeks. But I found a couple weeks ago I can eat Great Northern beans with ham hocks. I can't eat the ham hocks, Grandma Vic does. But I can eat the beans as long as I overcook them just a smidgen. So they kind of turn into a thick broth and there ain't much of the beans left. And dump it over a nice big old fat pan of cornbread. Oh my God. The flavor of the ham hocks in there. Man, can you believe it's almost $7 for 2 freaking ham hocks? What kind of society are we living in? It's almost $7 for 2 freaking ham hocks. Are you kidding me? A couple weeks ago, it cost me $30 to make a pan of northern beans with ham hocks and some freaking cornbread. What kind of world are we living in? I'm not trying to eat caviar. I just want some beans and cornbread. That's crazy, man. Jesus, yeah, I know I had to buy eggs and all that other stuff, but still, that's stupid. What the hell's going on? All right. Oh, I don't want you guys looking at the flow. Hold on a sec. All right, here we go. The Grandma Vic gets to stir them beans, they're going to be scorching. I'm going to be so mad. So mad. All right, let's see if she'll bottom out without me having to add nothing. I just need it to tighten down. That's all I need it to do. I need it to tighten down real fast. Come on. Looks like a 15. Yeah, it is. Of course, I grab a 13 when I say that because I'm a dummy. All right, need my socket. All right, I need my recci. My extension. Let's get this puppy grounded real fast. I'm going to disconnect the battery real quick so I can go in the house and eat. All right, let's tighten this puppy down. Please bottom out. I mean, don't bottom out, tighten up. Ah! Figures. All right. I need to get one of them washers out. I got stashed off to the side, so. All right. Guys, I'm going to drop this video and make a part 2. I got to get inside and eat. I'm hungry. But I'm going to do this tonight. I'll go ahead and make a part 2. I'll probably get it out tonight. I'm going to try to. But we got the tune ready. Got the vats off and everything. Got all the DTCs off we don't want. I just need to ground this out. Go ahead and pay for the credits I need and write it to the computer. And she should be ready to spark. I'm going to try her tonight and see if she sparks. If she does, it's on. It's on. On. Anyways. Deuces!